early on you were signed to Interscope. Interscope, one of this major subsidiaries up underneath it was Death Row.
Yeah.
It was mainly hip hop.
Yeah.
I mean,
beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Beautiful. Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine coming to see me in concert at Six Flags, Magic Mountain out here.
Right.
Yeah, just beautiful, man, to be around so much talent, to have Jimmy Iovine say, hey, I'm gonna send a plane for you to go to Dublin so we can record Bono, and to work with all these different people. It was great. Jimmy Iovine, I owe a lot to him in my career because he's one of the greatest, and he really, really, really took a liking to what I was doing and really gave me opportunities that couldn't have come without my relationship with him. God using my relationship with him.
What made you start your own record label?
It's because I saw young talent around me. I wanted to curate younger talent that could continue the message and the conversation. I probably would never do a label again until I probably retire. It's because it's very hard to separate yourself as an artist and as an owner of a label, because everyone you sign, understandably, they think that the access you have should be the access that they have.
Right.
And so it probably won't be until I fully retire that I'll probably do another label again.
Wow. How different is the industry in gospel today than it was when you started in the 90s?
It's in a rough place. It's in a very rough place because art is going to always reflect where life is. I think that the decline of organized religion in America, the rise of secularism and the deconstruction of conversations of faith and spirituality have all added to the decline of people's engagement and people's interest in the music. People don't go to church like they used to. People don't.
You get online. You go online.
Yeah. And then even then, when you go online, it's like it's almost like room noise.
Yes, because you're doing other things.
You're doing other things.
You cooking, you cleaning,
and you church hopping. Say he ain't saying something you enjoying. You put another church in. So it's like now it's like a church buffet, right? And so if people are going to be engaging with God in that space, then I could be going listening to the music.
Right.
And then if they do listen to the music, they're going to listen to something from way back, songs from back in the 90s or the 80s or early 2000s. They're not going to go discover the new artists. And so it's something that is a great concern for me. And then also the greatest concern, I'm going to tell you the greatest concern, King. The greatest concern is that you've got a generation of younger gospel artists that saw how the church killed and crucified and judged a lot of the older people or artists that were before them. Mm-hmm. And their mindset is, I'm not going to do gospel music because y'all eat your own.
Right.
So judgmental, so critical, so mean that why would I give myself to something that's so that's so toxic.
Right.
And so you have a whole nother generation of young Christians that are not like, I ain't doing that. I'm gonna go over here and do this other kind of music and still love God. Deuces. And so we are really trying to rewrite the conversations as best as we can to make people feel comfortable that this is a place for broken people and it's not a place for Jesus Juniors.
The radio era, kind of like what you came into versus the streaming era.
Yeah.
Is kind of where we're heading.
Oh, yeah.
If we're not already there.
We're there.
What's your take on that?
We're there. I think that for this genre of music, it can be also very difficult because as the audience ages out and the younger audience is not really listening to music about gospel music and about God and faith like they used to, then if the only way that people can get the content is just through streaming, then we're having a harder time getting the conversation about that this is available. It's because where is a show? Think about it, man. A song as big as Take Me to the King, and somebody like you, a black man, a successful black man that was raised in church, you never heard the song. So that means for me, there's so much work to be done because I'm sitting again with an NFL legend who just off the top of his dome is not privy to Fred Hammond music, John P. Key music. So those things for me, it's like there's so much work to do, but I want to do it. I want to do the work.
Right.
I'm committed because I am the biggest fan of gospel music.
Right. How does Kirk Franklin become a choir director at 11, making $25?
Don't make no sense. I shouldn't have been doing it. Don't make no sense. They shouldn't have had me up
Who
there.
let you lay that choir at 11?
I don't know. And it was stupid of them to do that. Stupid of them to do that. And I was 11 years old, but I had $25 a week. Bro, do you know the lemon heads and Chico sticks that you can get with $25 a week?
How receptive were the adults? Because you're a kid.
I'm a kid.
And you're leading adults.
I'm leading adults. But one thing, remember what we talked about as a little boy, I would do anything to be liked.
Right.
So my personality, whatever charisma you want to call it, whatever, my little energy, they just thought I was a cute little thing. And then also whatever I was teaching, it was correct.
Right.
You know, if I was teaching a soprano part, it was correct. My voice may have been high,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And you may not have been able to see me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm doing it the right way.
Right.
And so I got the job. So, and I stayed at that church from age 12 to age 17.
So are you like a coach or a general manager? Because you, as a choir director, you got to, okay, we got to make sure this, the sopranos, and altos, and the basses, and the baritones. And how did, I mean, as a child, how do you like navigate that without stepping, like you a kid, you don't know.
But the thing was, I didn't know.
Did they know you know? Did they know that you knew? Because sometimes it's hard receiving information from someone that's younger than you.
In that context, they knew that I knew better than them.
Okay.
And I knew more than they did.
Okay.
Because no one else could come and remove me from that seat and do the job better at that time. So they had to acquiesce to what the little 25-year-old bad Jerry Curl, you know, little boy was teaching them. It's because you can argue that the part was right.
So what was the audition process like to become a member of your choir?
Oh, my choir?
Yeah.
You know, I never did auditions for people that sang with me. Is that it was always just relationships. If I met somebody and we connected and it just felt right, and their voice was warm enough to be able to have the conversation and they felt connected to the music I was doing, I've been blessed to work with some of the greatest singers in the world, and was never through auditions. It's always been through relationship.
Because you are who you are, have you had to deal with any jealousy within your own group? Because you are the face, no matter how great they sing or how great they sound, you're you.
I think that I'm always trying to put myself in a position that I want people to feel like that we're in this together. I'm always trying to be intentional just about the village. And so, you know, I'm quite sure that there have been times that I've also done things that really piss people off around me too.
Right.
So, you know, I have to take responsibilities for times that maybe I did get caught up or that I did start smelling myself. You know, I mean, when you're young and getting a lot of attention, you don't always know how to handle it.
How do you pull back? Because like you said, you did have so much commercial success. You are who you are. Everybody knows you. You're universally regarded as one of the greatest gospel singers of your directors and singers of your era. So how do you pull that back? How do you like? Yeah, I'm feeling myself. Yeah, I'm doing too much over here.
You know, man, I really, as imperfect as I am, Shannon, as flawed as I am, Shannon, at the end of the day, my love, my mad love, and maybe it came because I didn't have a daddy, because I didn't have a mama, because I didn't have no family. As a little boy, my relationship with the Lord was a real thing for me. As a little boy,
right.
I was climbing on top of the roof, having conversations with God as a little 5-6-year-old boy. I was writing love songs to him as a 5-6-year-old boy. And so that was really instilled in me early on. So wanting to make him happy, wanting to make him proud of me, and wanting to try my best to live in ways to please him. So when I do smell myself or when I do get a little caught up, I know that can be disappointing. Right. In my relationship with me and him. So I'm always wanting to check it. I'm always wanting to acknowledge it. It's because how he feels about me and how he sees me, it's like everything to me.
Right.